You're listening to a community story from Be My Eyes.
Hi everyone, my name is Wenwei and I'm from the United States, from Ohio, and I am blind. I can see shadows and I have light perception, but that's about the extent of my eyesight. So I'm always looking for anything assistive technology that will help me complete all of my tasks on my own. Because of course it's important to do what you can on your own. And that's when I discovered Be My Eyes. I discovered it when I was abroad. I heard about it from a few people back in the States, and I heard about it from this blind guy that I met in Chile. And I just decided that I had nothing to lose, so I installed the app on my phone, and the first thing I did was to ensure that this woman was not selling me rotten fruit and vegetables at a feria, because that has happened to me in Chile and I was really upset. Since then, I've also asked volunteers to describe just everything, you know what I mean? Like, the streets in Latin America are really colorful. There's just always something going on, you know, like there's live dancing, you know, just sort of some kind of show, you know, like they have like booths where they're selling like artwork or just like other things, and you know, I wanted to be involved in that without relying on somebody to accompany me. And you know, Be My Eyes volunteers were more than happy to sort of give me the opportunity to just be a tourist and just look around. So since I was already using this app in rather unconventional ways already, I decided to see if I could learn how to knit and crochet. And granted, this was something I've always wanted to learn how to do. I just could never seem to get past the slip knot. And I also didn't want to burden someone or, you know, like impose on their time, because it would have been a significant time commitment for them. And I didn't really want to invest in a class just because I wasn't sure if I would love to knit and crochet. I used Be My Eyes volunteers like sighted people would use YouTube tutorials, and they were really great. They gave me a lot of feedback on, you know, the stitches that I was creating and on the cast-on methods that I wanted to learn. You know, they were so accommodating. They were even willing to watch videos and look at pictures and compare the results on my needle to, you know, the results on the computer screen. And they made sure that I was holding the needle in an appropriate way and that, like, you know, I was doing the correct motions when completing my stitches. One of the challenges that I did face was that volunteers would typically inform me that they were not able to see either the work on my needle or my hands, or sometimes even both. And as a result, they would ask me to, you know, raise my hands like halfway and angle them in an extremely awkward position. So consequently, I created like a makeshift tripod where I would set my phone and sit somewhere where everything, my hand and, you know, the beginnings of my project were all dead center in the frame. And I have found that things started moving significantly more quickly, and I was using my time efficiently and productively. Volunteers are really great because they not only are they willing to help you and to really ensure that you accomplish what you set out to do, but they also will tell you if this isn't really something that they're able to do. And I really do respect that kind of honesty, because I've noticed that some people will just tell me that they'd be able to do something, but they actually really can't. And I don't know, I just feel like it's super counterproductive and it wastes literally everybody's time. And I also appreciate the fact that they're willing to donate like some time to help you do stuff like this. And this is why Be My Eyes has become such an invaluable asset in my life. Not only am I able to do just everyday regular stuff, you know, things like identifying my stuff in common areas, or just stuff around like my friend's house when they're like running out and I'm there working on my laptop, or just in my own house, and assisting me with web pages that are not accessible, but they're also available and willing to spend a little bit of time enabling me to explore my creative side. And that just means so much to me, because all the volunteers who have decided to be a Be My Eyes volunteer are willing to help out in any way they can. And that's just kind of something that and you can definitely feel when you call somebody. Like, you don't feel like you are asking like a huge favor, or that somebody's condescending to help you. You feel like they really do want to help you, and it's pretty great. Like, I can do it on my own time and in the comfort of wherever I am.
Thank you for listening to this community story from Be My Eyes. You can share your story too. Send it to mystory@bemyeyes.com. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, download our app, or visit bemyeyes.com/community-stories for more.